Hi, I'm Steve St. Cyr. Songbird Cafe is my baby. I birthed it in 2011 and we're still at it. I've lost track of the number of shows, but we're closing in on 70 because we basically do one a month. I am retired, but I have other things I do with my time, although I dream sometimes about doing more shows. And I use the Focal Point, which has become home. I always thought of it that it could be a movable feast. And I've had shows other places, but Focal Point really feels good and feels like home. And as well, they bring in very similar kinds of music. And number one, number two, it's a nice, comfortable room. The acoustics are good, and it's been a nice partnership with the Focal Point. And they have quite a history. They've been in this building close to 25 years, but they've had the likes of Norman Blake and Dave Van Ronk and Brewer and Shipley and on and more and more. So before I started Songbird, I was wondering what to do with some spare time, and I thought, music. I've always enjoyed music and did a little bit of DJ work with the precursor to KDHX back in the early 70s. It was known as KDNA. But I thought, I want to do music, and then my wife and I had become enamored of the Bluebird Cafe in Nashville through a business trip she was on, and we asked the concierge, what to do, and he said, oh, you got to go to the Bluebird Cafe, and it was sold out, so we did something else that was fun and cool, and made a point to come back to Nashville and get tickets to the Bluebird. And I thought, I'd like to do something like the Bluebird Cafe. Relatively small, intimate, in the round, which they do more often than not, it adds to the intimacy. And so I decided to do this and bumped into a sound guy at a Webster Groves Art and Air Fair that had music, and he's been with me ever since, Dale, and does a fabulous job. Makes the sound just enough to be heard in this room and yet not overpowering. For people who don't know what the in the round is, because I think it sometimes gets misconstrued, I hear the word for local performances here around town, and people are using it when songwriters are taking turns. I learned what in the round is in Nashville at the Bluebird Cafe, and it's artists, 3 or 4, sometimes we do 5, surrounded by the audience. So the intimacy factor ramps up, and you still get the trade-off of songwriter Joe sings his song, maybe tells a story, hopefully tells a story that informs you about the song or about that person's musical journey. And then, songwriter Mira does the same, and then Chris does one, and then Jackie does one, and we just continue like that for the evening. If people want to play Songbird, the website songbird-stl.com has my contact email. Okay. And they can send me, a request along with hopefully a link to their music somehow, whether it's YouTube or SoundCloud or an MP3 or what have you. And then they kind of do that as an audition. And I get those requests fairly often.
My name's Joe Bizelli from New Melly. And the way that I found out about Songbird was a couple of friends had told me about it, and I emailed Steve about it, asking him if I could play at it. And honestly, I didn't think he would have me at first. But then I finally got a call back from him and come and played my first one, and I've been hooked ever since.
I think Joe has done Songbird 3 times.
3-peat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. Played 3 times. Pretty lucky. I'm just really lucky to have the support I have. A lot of my friends, a lot of my family come out to events like this, and it just makes me feel really lucky to be where I'm at. One of the songs I'll be doing tonight is called Dirt Poor. I met a guy down in Tennessee at a songwriter retreat. His name's Cole Sitzler, who actually ended up cutting my song Float Trip. He made a music video for it, which is on YouTube. And he has a song where he's talking about being dirt poor. And I thought, what if we could turn dirt poor into a good thing? And so for the float trip video shoot, we had to have stage cans, empty beer cans to have on the river because you can't have open containers. So we had to drink a bunch of beer the night before. And we just started messing around. And he started off by saying, well, my house sits back on a county road that no one's heard of. And I was like, all right, keep going. And that's just kind of how the song came about.
My house sits back on a county road that you ain't heard of. I don't mean to brag, but the stars out here shine so bright. I don't want city lights no more. Living dirt poor. I got a good job and a girl who likes it when I sing. We don't need a lot. Love gives us everything we need. We were raised less is more. Living dirt poor. Good roots, dirty boots, back porch sunset afternoons. I understand I'm a lucky man. Life dealt me a pretty good hand. I never wanted living dirt poor. Take another dirt road, Joe. Joe Griffey on lead guitar. Don't look like much, just a beat up, hand-me-down old truck. But it was my dad's, and his dad's before. Little rust in the bed, four on the floor. Living dirt poor. Good roots, dirty boots, back porch sunset afternoons. I understand I'm a lucky man. Life dealt me a pretty good hand. I never wanted living dirt poor.
I realized early on with Songbird, with the 4 people in the round, which is my preferred format, if I could have people who knew each other to some extent, it was more fun for everybody. More fun for the musicians, maybe they would collaborate, maybe they would accompany, maybe they would harmonize.
The way that I met Mira was we were both in an airport in Washington, D.C. with delayed flights, and we both had our guitars. And I noticed her walking by, and I was like, I might as well just go ask her to jam.
Right.
So I walked up to her, and I was like, notice we both had our guitars. You want to jam? She's like, sure. And we've just been great friends ever since. Actually, she's got a cut now with Mark Broussard, who's an amazing singer, songwriter, artist. And I'm going to be doing backup vocals to her song that she did with him. It's called Next Life.
So this is called Next Life. Also, actually, my name is Mira Goto, and I have music up on all these streaming platforms as well. So. I wonder what you're all arms would feel like, and how your goodnight kiss would taste. I wonder if he knows I crave you sometimes. And can he read it on my face? I'm not gonna act like I don't see the way you look at me. I'm not gonna act like I don't want you to sometimes. If we'd only met before, my heart was spoken for. It's not our time, but I'll keep you in mind for the next life.
I wanna watch you watch the sunset, to see the wonder in your eyes. I wanna see just how close we can get without crossing that line.
I'm not gonna act like I don't
see the way you look at me. I'm not gonna act like I don't want you to sometimes.
If we'd only met before, my heart was spoken for. It's not our time, but I'll keep you in mind for the next life. He's good to me.
Is he good to you?
Maybe you need me to say it.
I don't wanna leave.
I'm not gonna act like I don't see the way you look at me. I'm not gonna act like I don't want you to sometimes. If we'd only met before, my heart was spoken for. It's not our time, but I'll keep you in mind
Keep me in mind
for the next life. For the next life. Thank you guys so much. You really, really are.
And this song is my mom's favorite one that I wrote, so I'm going to play it for her because she's here. Give it up for my mom. The riff came first, and words came after, and I was trying to write a song for an ex-girlfriend, but while I was writing it, I discovered it was actually to her daughter, who isn't my daughter, but you'll get it. It's called Nora's Lullaby.
Yeah.
Your mama graced my mind today. I've tried to bury those thoughts away, but every now and then one comes along, like when I hear her favorite song. We tried to talk, but there's nothing to say. But she graced my mind again today. The little memories that come and go, and everything she taught me that I needed to know. But how could I have known I was just a kid? Couldn't handle your love, so I stayed in it. just far enough so it didn't show. And Nora, I just wanted you to know that her only flaw was loving me. And it truly hurt to set her free. But we knew it needed to be done. No one can say we didn't have fun. She was never one for any drama. Nora, you're so lucky she's your mama. Nora, you're so lucky she's your mama.
We feel all right about profanity? Alright. He came home with lipstick lies and liquor on his lips, bringing home that kind of shit in safe relationships. He's gonna learn his lesson, he's gonna learn it well. Now I'm one step closer to hell. I poured him another drink, two can play this game. It's like I handed him a shovel to let it dig a deeper grave. In my mind I'm coming up with stories I could tell. Now I'm two steps closer to hell. Whiskey was his anger and anger made a fist. His fist flew off the handle, I thought I could handle it. Makeup covers bruises and bruises heal in time. This time he's the victim and I commit the crime. I helped him stumble to the couch and offered him a light. It's the least that I could do since this would be our final fight. I told him those cigarettes would be bad for his health. Now I'm 3 steps closer to hell. Whiskey was his anger and anger made a fist. His fist flew off the handle, I thought I could handle it. Makeup covers bruises and bruises heal in time. This time he's the victim and I commit the crime. Our trailer made the front page of the Jefferson Gazette. Police investigation ruled the fire an accident. We all know who's guilty, but only one of us can tell. Now I'm 4 steps closer. Small girl turned to smoke, and smoke turned into flames. Flames consumed my problems, and my problems went away. Makeup covers bruises, and bruises heal in time. This time he's the victim, and I commit the crime. Yeah, I might not get to heaven, heaven knows that I'll sing well. Guess I'm 1 step closer, and I'll see his ass in hell.
I have a super secret special guest for this next song. And if you wouldn't mind, well, first of all, can we have a round of applause for Joe Griffey for Thanks for being here. girl, I'll make it easy. The girl I'm going to have play this next song with me has played with many, many professional musicians before. She's sponsored by one of the biggest harmonica companies in the world. And I want you to give a big round of applause for my friend Kiersi. Oh yeah, I forgot. She's 11. You can follow her on Facebook in the key of Kiersi. So make sure you look for her for that. This next song is the sad song. I'm going to keep with the theme, and it's about the one that got away. The one that set the bar too high for the rest that came after. It's called Abby Set the Bar Too High.
Yeah.
Ready? All right.
Wow.
It's hard to date when you know for sure they won't even come close to her. I should find a new girl, but I don't try. 'Cause Abby set the bar too high. Should've bought a rock, but I was stoned. Hindsight's great, so now I know. As I look for love, I take my time. 'Cause Abby set the bar too high.
Take it.
Give it up for the harmonica. I'm not saying she did wrong. If you listen close, it's a thank you song. 'Cause when I make the perfect girl my wife, it'll be because that bar was high. In the key of Kiersi on Facebook. Make sure you follow her. She's
Can you
both
spell
places.
that?
Kiersi. Yes.
Can we just end it on that? Because I don't know. That was amazing.
Future is trying to write $1 million country song so I can retire and be a songwriter. So what I'm doing now is basically trying to create a network of friends and people to where once I do finally acquire the skill set to write this $1 million country song, I actually have the people to get it to. Because it doesn't matter if I have a great song for Kenny Chesney, if I can't get it to him, it doesn't really matter. So I'm getting more and more contacts like that, going down to songwriter retreats, songwriter workshops in Nashville, writing with people down there, writing with people here in St. Louis, just every single day trying to do something to further my writing abilities. To get a hold of me, you can just go to joebizelli.com, follow me on Instagram. I do need more people on my Joe Bizelli Music Facebook page also, so please take a look at that. Whether it be to collaborate, to write, to just talk songwriting, you know, whatever, we can do it all. Because the song, we appreciate what you do, the writing community. So we just
Okay.
wanted to say that we think that you rock.
Oh, nice.
Maybe you might have to hold it up, maybe get a picture of it in the
Yeah,
camera.
yeah, oh, cool.
My sister made it. My sister paints rocks.
Your sister paints. Nice.
I like them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Got the Songbird logo on a rock, so I guess that means Songbird rocks.